So today's video is a day to night transformation kind of video. Basically it's going to be how you can take your day makeup into a night makeup, and this is going to be perfect for someone who is going straight from work out maybe to drinks with the girls or out for date night or something like that, or if you're just in a rush and you get home from somewhere and you need to go straight out somewhere else, this is going to be perfect for you. So it's just going to show you the things that are going to really help transform it into a more of a glam look. I've actually done this quite a few times, especially when I was on study abroad in America and I was doing so many things all of the time. A lot of the time I didn't have time to take my day makeup off and then redo it all for the evening, so I would just kind of add on top of my day makeup. I feel like I've said day makeup and night makeup a lot. And I'm also going to be doing a talk through, which is something that I haven't done for a really long time, so I hope that you guys like talk throughs. So this is my kind of day makeup. I did just film a tutorial on this day makeup, and this is the kind of makeup that I would be wearing in the day or at work to then go into the evening. So the first thing that you want to do is take some sort of beauty blender or sponge, something that can get damp, and we're then going to tap out the under eye areas and anywhere that could have got creasing but we want to add a bit of extra coverage on. So I'm just going to tap over my blemishes and also my under eye area. The reason we're using it damp is because this is going to kind of take off the excess powder from before and kind of take us back to the cream products underneath. You never want to apply cream products straight on top of powder because that's when it's going to get all kind of dry and claggy and it's going to sort of stick together and it's not going to look very good. Going in with my L'Oreal Lumi Magic, and I'm just doing this for my concealer and extra highlighting under the eyes here. And then I'm going to take it on the cheeks as well, as my redness will usually start to come through in the day, so I usually have to add on just some extra product. And then we're going to go back in with the beauty blender again and tap this out. I don't know why I'm calling it a beauty blender because it's not technically a beauty blender, but it's the Real Techniques one. And I actually do like this just as much as the normal beauty blender, and it's a third of the price, so I would fully recommend this to you guys. And then you can just take any brush. I'm just going to take my Real Techniques, I think this is the Expert Face brush, buffing brush even, and then just diffuse those lines as well. After that, to set everything in place, I'm just going to take my NYX HD setting powder. Just a word of warning, this looks terrible in photos. It really shows up and you can see that you've got powder on. So I would not recommend this if you're going to be having, for example, a girls' night out where you know you're going to be taking photos. I wouldn't recommend using this. I'd use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Banana Powder, which is what I would also normally use. So this looks good in the daytime and in the evenings if you're not going to be having photos taken, but just a word of warning if you're going to be having photos taken to avoid that. I'm now going to go in with my NARS Laguna and I'm going to contour. Usually I won't contour in the day, which is why we're going to do it now. And this is one of the easiest things to do to kind of transform your makeup into more of an evening look, is to go in and do some contouring. Now we will go in and bronze up a bit more afterwards, but we're just going to focus on the contouring for the moment. I'm just taking this with an e.l.f. small stippling brush, I believe this is. This is a really, really good contouring brush because it can fit right in the hollows of your cheekbones absolutely perfectly. So it's really good for easy contouring. And then I'm just taking it on the temples as well. And I'm also going to take it on the chin. Then I'm also going to take it on a smaller brush down the nose. This is the Sigma P82 brush. So it's just a more defined and smaller brush that's going to help with that nose contouring. Then you can also use it to blend it down the sides of the nose as well. And then I am just going to go back in with the NYX HD and I'm just going to bake the contour. Again, if you're taking photos, use the Anastasia for this. So I'm just tapping this on with my Real Techniques sponge again. I was really skeptical of this whole baking trend when I first heard about it. I thought it was just so odd, but it really does make a difference, and this is something that I do on every single night out or more glamorous makeup. I will bake because it does just give you that it does just give you that bit of extra kind of highlighted effect. Oh my goodness. So now that that is baking, we just kind of need to leave the face, and then we can go back and go in with highlighting and all that stuff afterwards. We can move on to the eyes now. So again, one of the easiest ways to step up a makeup look is to apply false lashes. You can almost leave your eyeshadow if you want to and just apply falsies, and that's really going to bring the makeup into the evening kind of look. We are going to be applying falsies, but I'm also going to go in with some other stuff first. So I am going in with my Morphe Brushes 35N palette. This is one of my favourite palettes. I do use it in a lot of my videos, so I'm sorry if you guys are a bit sick of it, but I just love it so much. It's so pigmented, the shadows are so creamy, it's just brilliant. So I'm going to take, which one am I going to take? I'm going to take a mixture of these two brown shadows. One is slightly warmer and one is slightly cooler. And we're just basically going to go in and define the outer corner. So I'm just applying this over the eyeliner, which is absolutely fine. You can also just leave this once you've applied it over the eyeliner. If you are in that bit more of a hurry, you don't need to reapply the eyeliner. I'm just going to, as it's kind of going to take away a little bit of the pigmentation of the liner whilst we're blending, so we can go back in and apply that afterwards. But you can just leave it if you're going to do more of a smoky eye. So we're just concentrating this on the outer corner. And then you want to bring it slightly above where your natural crease is. So I'm bringing it slightly further up both sides of the crease. Where's my blending brush gone? Hello? So I'm going in with my MAC 217 and I'm just going to blend this out in the outer corner. We've already technically got our transition shade on from in the day, but if you had gone for a day look that morning where you didn't use a transition shade, then before applying this darker colour you want to go in with a bigger blending brush and just apply a shade similar to these as your transition shade, and then you can move on to what we've just done with the blending then. I like to kind of close my eyes a little bit just to check that I'm not blending up the shadow too far. And then we're just going to bring it a little bit closer to the inner corner just throughout this crease. And then we're going to go in after that with our Sigma, what's this, E25? No, Sigma E40 tapered blending brush, and just carry on blending this so that we're not going too far up and it's not as concentrated. Then we're going to go in with MAC Floof. I just got this and it's a really pretty inner corner highlight. So I'm going to take this on my MAC 219 pencil brush and we're going to apply this in the inner third as our inner corner shadow. And I am just applying this on top of that day shadow, which is fine because I did apply the Urban Decay eyeshadow primer this morning, or for the first eyeshadow look, which just means that you're going to be able to blend the shadows on top of one another, which is why that is such a good primer. and it also means that it's still not going to crease because it's such a long wearing primer. So just concentrating this on the inner third, and then I'm just going in with another Sigma E25 blending brush. This is very similar to the MAC 217, and we're just going to shade and blend the join of the inner and middle shadow so that it looks like it's a very seamless blend. Then going back in with Floof again, we're just going to bring it on the lower lash line in the middle and the tear duct, just as a really bright inner corner highlight, which if you're quite tired from your day at work or your day out and about, this is going to take that tired look out of your eyes and really brighten up the look. And then once we have done those shadows, if you want to apply any more dark in the outer corner, you can go ahead and do that. But I think this is quite a nice cool tone smoky eye, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then I'm going to go back in with my liner. This is NYX's The Curve Liner, and I'm just going to run it over where we had our original liner. And you can also extend it a bit more if you want to have a bit more of an intense wing for the night. So I've just extended it a little bit. And then we're going to go in and concentrate on the lower lash line now. So I'm going to go in with my ELF smudger brush and a mixture of this black colour and this dark brown colour, and focus this on the lower lash line. So we're just going to take a mixture of the two, and we're just literally going to smudge it on the outer 2/3. This is also going to help balance out the intensity of that longer wing now. And then we're just going to take a more of a warm medium brown colour, so we're going to take a mixture of these two, and we're going to smudge that or smoke that below the lower lash line, just sort of on top and a little bit below where we just applied that black. This is just going to be a really nice transition between the two colours, and it's going to make it look less harsh and more professional because it's been smoked out. So we're just running this back and forth in windshield wiper motions, and that is the easiest and most efficient way of blending, and it makes it look very professional. Then I'm just going to go back in with my not beauty blender and just tidy up in case the shadow came a bit too low. And then we can just wipe away the baking, and it's just going to leave us with a lot more of a crisp line and more highlighted. And now we can move on to falsies. I'm taking these Allure falsies in the number 157. Oh, actually, I think I might just trim these because they look a little too long. And then because you already have mascara on from the day, you don't need to do anything really to prep your lashes. You can just go ahead and apply the glue. Again, when you are applying false lashes, once you've applied the glue, you want to leave the lashes for at least 45 seconds to a minute to let the glue go tacky, because the last thing you want is for them to be sliding all over your eyelid, and it's just uncomfortable and they don't end up sticking down very well. So whilst these guys are getting a bit tacky, we can go in and work on the rest of the face. So now that we have contoured, we're just going to go ahead and bronze up a little bit more. So I'm just taking my big Eco Tools fluffy brush, and this is NYC Smooth Skin Sunny Bronzer, and we're just bronzing up the face, going over where we applied that contour. Out on a working day, your makeup does tend to wear off a little bit, so your bronzer will likely not look as bronzed as it did when you first applied it that morning, which is fine. It always happens that way, so you can just go ahead and apply a bit more. Not going super overboard, but again, this is it is summer now, so you can sort of get away with bronzing up a bit more. And then we're going to go ahead and highlight, and I am using Gerard Cosmetics Marilyn, looks like this, and I'm applying this with my Morph stippling brush, looks like this. This is the perfect highlighting brush because It's small enough to be able to be focused on the areas that you need, but it's big enough to give you that kind of glow. So I am just blending this on the tops of my cheekbones and down towards the apples. And then you can go in with just a big blending brush, blend this all together so that there's no obvious lines. I'm going to use MAC Please Me, I think this is called. I think I've forgotten the name of him, but what can you do? Just going to apply this back towards the hairline and down towards the apples of the cheeks. We're not going in with a really heavy hand, we just want to give a very subtle blushed look. There we go, second time lucky. Oh, I love these. These are so pretty. Oh, I'm in love with these. I'm just going in with this NYX Voluptuous mascara. I wouldn't recommend this, I don't think it's very good. It doesn't put almost any product on your lashes, but in this case I don't want to go apply loads more mascara on top of the residual mascara from the day. So in this case this is quite useful. I am then going in with my Maybelline gel liner in the brown shade. I'm just going to apply this to the waterline. I'm not using black because I don't want it to be really harsh, but I just want to add an extra little bit of glamour to the look. And I'm just taking this with this is a Crown Brushes brush. This is the C160-1/16. They are rubbish at naming their brushes. I've got kind of like a rash on my neck and I'm not quite sure why. So I'm just going to wipe off the lipstick that I had on from the day, and then I'm just going to quickly go. Then I'm going to go in with my MAC lip liner in Boldly Bare, and I'm just going to line and fill in my lips. I'm going to go over that with Gerard Cosmetics French Toast. This is a really good lipstick because it is a slightly cool undertone, so it makes your teeth look super white. I am a gloss girl at heart, so I'm going in with Candy Kiss. This was designed by Shan XO. I love her so much. And that is the finished look. You can then go ahead and set your makeup, and that is the completed look. I know it's kind of really dramatic, but we have gone for a day to night, so it wasn't going to look boring. You can go ahead and change the lip colour or the eyeshadows that we've used. This is definitely a more dramatic look. You could go for just a shimmer shadow all over the lid and then eyeliner and lashes. That would look really pretty as well. Or a more nude lip, or if you just wanted to apply lashes you could go for a dark dramatic lip. All of those things are going to help transform your look from a day to a night look. I don't think there's really anything else I have to say other than I hope that you guys did enjoy this. If you guys like talk through looks, then let me know. I haven't done a talk through in a really long time and I really enjoyed it. I hope that you guys did too. If you have any other video requests, then make sure that you leave them down below. I don't think I have much else to say, so I hope that you guys enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
How deep is your love? Is it like the ocean?